Hey everybody, welcome back. Miasma Senpai here. Um, it's been a while since I did any Yu-Gi-Oh related content, but I wanted to start doing some deck profiles here on my channel. I was a little conflicted about like just sticking with manga content or anime content or stuff that I predominantly do on here. Um, so if you checking out my channel for a long time now and I have no interest in Yu-Gi-Oh, that's fine. But I like my channel to be like everything I'm passionate about, and Yu-Gi-Oh is one of those things. So hopefully this is the first of a few deck profiles that I can give to you guys. Basically talk about the decks that I bring to locals and hopefully have some success with. And Yeah, so this is my take on Subterror, or specifically Numeron Subterror, Numeron Guru. Subterror is a deck that I've played since Savage Strike came out. I usually like bounce and forth between decks almost like weekly at locals, but if I go back to a what I would say is probably my most competitive deck that I like to play, it would be Subterror. I like the deck a lot. I have this cool Hidden City playmat and everything. Uh, I like control decks and stuff like that, and this is like the ultimate deck that says like your opponent can't play. So it's pretty toxic. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of degenerate, but I like that kind of stuff. So let's just get into it here. Um, and So as always too, if you have any like tips, comments, whatever, if you have changes to your build or whatever, let me know down below, and I'll consider them and everything. But yeah, this was what I am working with, kind of like version 1 for now. For now, we are, and probably always and forever, sticking with the best card in the game, Subterra Guru. I love this guy. He's your bread and butter. I don't imagine anybody not playing 3. That'd be kind of odd. But yeah, flips. He adds 16 attack, 18 defense. He has a like Book of Moon effect that turns into a quick effect when you have another Subterror card face up on the field. A lot of people forget that kind of thing. And yeah, he's like the best guy in the deck pretty much. And then sort of best girl of the deck, Triple Subterror Fiendess. This is your Omni negate by setting a Subterror monster that you control. And most importantly, she negates activation. So yes, you can activate her in the damage step. That did come up this weekend. And yeah, she's just really, really good. She also has a reborn effect to you can set her face down to target one in the graveyard, a Subterror monster in the graveyard, summon it to your field in face up or face down defense position. That comes up sometimes just to sort of like recycle some of your resources. One thing a lot of people don't know as well is you can do the negation effect with her on the field. It's not just the hand. So, but yeah, she is really, really good. One Archer. I have tested 2 in the past, kind of before I picked up like the Numeron stuff. I would consider her probably best girl of the deck, not gonna lie, but she's really, really, really versatile in the deck. She's just the ability to just shuffle back your opponent's stuff once it's set is so like powerful, and it doesn't even like flip. Plus, like if they kill her, if they destroy her by battle or card effect, she special summons any Subterror from your deck in defense position. So she's really good. She's kind of just like, in a lot of ways, she's like a 4th copy of Guru, because if they try and get around this, you're probably going to be ringing Guru out. So I like Archer a lot. I'm not playing a Master because I think he's kind of a brick right now. My last like 2 lists, I haven't really played him all that much. I kind of think I hate drawing him. I understand why certain people like that card, but for me right now in this format, I just don't really want a brick that has like a targeting effect. He just ends up in my hand most of the time, and you don't really want that in this deck. So 3, Numeron Wall up next. This card is where a lot of the degeneracy comes from, I suppose. If you didn't like control decks already, you're not gonna like it once you mix Numeron with Guru. Basically, this is just you ditch it. and it's works kind of like a Arima. It activates to the field the Numeron network, the field spell. Yeah, it's really good. You do have to have no monsters. There's no cards. Yeah, if you control no cards. So kind of like later on in the game, this is kind of like dead, but it's just like the consistency it adds to the deck of getting toward your win condition, which is basically, once more, not allowing your opponent to play. He kind of just like lets you get there. But yeah, I think I only resolved him like really like once, and I never really resolved his like battle effect. Last three monsters of the deck for now. Again, this is version 1.0. Might be changing this. 3 Ash Blossoms. Like pretty good hand trap, and hand traps are really good right now. I should also mention that this, my last locals here was obviously the last weekend of the old Forbidden list. There was Call by the Grave was still at 3 and everything. So, but I decided to mix some stuff around, and we'll see that once we get like to the spells. 3 Hidden City, amazing field spell, gets you to any Subterror monster that you want. Also has an amazing negate attack effect, where if they attack any of your monsters and you have a set Subterror, you can flip that Subterror face up, negate the attack. And if it's Guru, then you get to search, do other shenanigans and stuff like that. A lot of people always forget that. If you're playing on Subterror, you gotta just make sure you pay attention to that, because I cannot tell you how many times that people just swing into my face down cards with this on board, and they just wasted their time, or they just netted me a search. So yeah, don't do that. Don't give your opponent free advantage. That's not good. 3 Numeron Network. It's a really annoying field spell card for your opponent. If you activate it when you don't have any monsters on board, you can send Numeron Calling, the other spell card, to the graveyard, and start special summoning your Numerons, exceeds monsters from the extra deck, overlay into Utopic Zexal F-Zero, and they're not allowed to play the game. Last field spell, Mystic Mine. I was main decking it. I'm kind of glad that I did. This really won me one round against Dino, where I was kind of just able to like stall out the rest of the game while being like ahead. There's also like one round against Dragon Link, where I was kind of able to squeeze out a draw, because I was kind of able to just sit there and sort of try and regain my resources. But yeah, this is kind of like your, if all else fails, you kind of go to this, and hopefully you can reestablish. Sometimes you got to like make the judgment call of, is it really worth like trying to reestablish anymore, or should we just go to like the next game, especially if your opponent's putting up like a bunch of negates on board and stuff, in my opinion. But you can just sit on this for a while. This is, again, still not touched by the ban list for some reason, so we're going to keep playing it. 1 Terraforming, searches all your field spells. Set Rotation, sets field spells, and we play 3 different field spells in this deck. This came up this weekend a few times. I'm liking it a lot. You do run into the danger of your opponent kind of just keeping the other one set. And one time I really needed to activate Mystic Mine, and I had it in hand, and then I drew this, which was kind of awkward. But I like it a lot in this. I don't think I would really take that out. Again, just adding to the consistency of finding your power cards. And again, more consistency, because drawing 2 cards is pretty good. And your extra deck kind of doesn't matter, because you just play multiples of everything that you need. 2 Duality. This is a weird one. I'm really conflicted about this card right now, because yes, you need to dig into your deck. You need to get to resources. But the amount of times where like I drew this like, you have to make the choice. Like, are you going to do Numeron shenanigans or dig for more cards? And if you could do Numeron shenanigans, you just do Numeron shenanigans. And then, because you can't special if you use duality. So, if you're going to do this, then you kind of hope that you have your Subterror setup going. And it kind of makes it feel like you're playing like two decks sort of like at once. And I don't know. It's still pretty good for now. You know, I do like getting that extra card in hand a lot of the time, but we'll see. That might be something that I change. 2 Numeron Calling. I didn't want to just play one. I Zexaled my opponent out a few times this weekend. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's kind of a brick when you draw it, but you can also activate it from hand. That did happen once where I had the field spell on board. And then I was able to, my board got cleared, and I was able to activate one from the hand and go into Zexal again. And then, so we're losing 2 copies of Call by the Grave. But I decided to make some changes anyway. And I'm playing 1/3/3 triple tactics talent. I would play more if I had more. I only own 1 copy at this point. I might get another one of these and up it to like 2, maybe 3. We'll see. I don't know. But honestly, like it's a one of. It's like a Saki one of in here. Came up like once. I was able to draw 2 cards, and getting those resources really helped me. I mean, there's also the confliction of this with, like, if you extravagance at the beginning of your turn, then your opponent like does something. I can't use like the draw effect on this. I have to use one of the other effects, which are both really, really broken effects in their own right. But I don't know. We'll see what we'll do about that. Traps, 3 infinite permanents. I'm only playing like the Ash for hand traps really, and then these. I might also add some Veilers. Thinking about maybe taking out the duality surveillors, but we'll see. This card's amazing. This card is so good. Would really love to see it get a reprint. This card should honestly be in like a structure deck, in my opinion, because it's really stable to the game, and I think it's kind of unfortunate that it's behind such a big paywall. One of my favorite cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yes, the Ghost Rares, Solemn Judgment. Just say no to your opponent for half your life. Yeah, it's really, really good. It's always live, unlike like Strike. I cut Strike from this build for now. But yeah, I always play 3 of this. I probably always will in this deck. A card that I was playing at 3, but I sadly cut it to 2. I've even considered playing 41 and just putting in the 3rd, is Subterra Final Battle. This card is amazing. This card is like one of your best cards. But I really want to avoid hands where I'm seeing like multiples of these, and then like I'm drawing like stuff that gets me like toward Numeron, and then this is just a dead card. It's searchable. I don't know. Luckily it didn't really come up where like I felt like I needed a 3rd this last weekend. But I kind of want to, just in case. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little too cautious about that. But especially because like these were kind of dookie. Crackdowns, they're, in theory, it's kind of cool because you can take your opponent's stuff and then set it with Guru, and then you're able to use it. I came up like once. I was playing like Unchained. I think like I took like somebody's Sarama. But I mean, it's okay. I side this out a lot. Like, honestly, I think this might be like maybe the most cuttable card. Plus, like, you're having to like target, and if your opponent's already building up a giant board with a million negates, they're just going to stop this anyway. So, this could be like Strike, maybe just to stop whatever they're summoning, or they have to activate an effect to just destroy it, but who knows. Side deck, 3 Forbidden Droplet. Super expensive card, super good card. Especially if like you're going second, your opponent has this big board. You can just negate their stuff. You have to sort of be mindful of your resources because you are pitching things. I opted to play this instead of like Dark Ruler just because I think I kind of want to be able to try and get some damage in if I can. but I could totally see if you are on a budget, you could play just like Dark Ruler, and then you don't have to discard anything. So I think there's positives to both. But I also like you can also like do this like damage step, like they go to like attack your thing. Yeah, you can have it set, flip it. Pretty good. 3 Cosmics. Yeah, there's any like back row removal kind of stuff. Yeah, it's good. I like this better than having like run like Twin or something like that, because I'm already potentially discarding with like droplets. Yeah, I think this is a really good like removal card. But yeah, it's talking about removal 3 evenly. Like the best going second card in the game, pretty much. I mean, it could beta negate, or it could kind of just win you the game. Really, really good card. Should probably get another reprint. This did not come up as much as I thought it would. This is D-Barrier. Dimensional Barrier. I brought this, like, I was thinking that I would run into more Dogmatica Invoked kind of stuff, or Shadal or something like that. I did not play any of that. Mostly like Dragon Link and stuff like that. And that deck pops off insane as it is. So I might keep this for now. It's also good to like, you just think about like Dragoon, like this can you just say fusion, and then hopefully that, that keeps them from putting a Dragoon on board. And then I have these in the side, considering going to the main. There can be only one. You're like the only like deck like in the metagame that can honestly like play this card pretty easily. The only confliction that I did not like is with the Numeron engine, because you're throwing out a bunch of machines on board. But I figure there were games that I just won because I established Zexal and then I flipped this. So like there's not a whole lot that your opponent can do at that point. And yeah, this card is really, really, really good. Really strong floodgate. Extra, it's pretty simple. It's like an extra deck. So I'm just playing multiple. I'm playing 2 of each number. So 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s, and then I was playing 2 Zexal. There was one time where I banished both of them. So I did pick up a third, considering cutting some of these extra cards. I did play 2 Infinitrack Fortress Megaclops. I never made it, but in theory it's pretty good. 4K beater that's like unaffected by everything except for Exceeds, I believe. So as for what I might cut, I just had random Cerberus, Phoenix, and Unicorn. The Phoenix came up once, huge. This got rid of a Lost World that I really needed off the field. Yeah, it was really, really good because I took his the guy's Dino token and like a Fiendus or something, and I was able to get around that and then go into Numeron shenanigans. But yeah, so that's the deck. I'm really liking it a lot. Right now, at least. I mean, the tail end of last format. Yeah, I love this deck a lot. I know it's not, crazy big combos or anything, and it's probably pretty toxic to play, but whatever. That's what I enjoy playing in this game. But yeah, if you guys like this, let me know down below. If you're new here, seeing a Yu-Gi-Oh video for the first time in forever, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you, especially if you are into anime, manga, stuff like that. This is sort of like a variety channel at this point. Yeah, let me know what you guys' thoughts are on this build. What are you guys playing this format? I'm a little curious. My matchups, by the way, were like 2 like Dragon Link. I beat one and drew the other. I lost to Salamangrate. I beat Dinosaur, and I beat Unchained. Yeah, so pretty good time. 3 wins, 1 loss, and a draw. And there's a bunch of really good players in my local, so I'm pretty happy with how the deck's going. I think with some changes, I might be able to do better as well. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It means a lot to me. My name is Miasma, and I'll see you next time.